where we come from and where God has taken us with all the learnings and ups and downs of life. It has been a pretty good journey so far.
𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗵 presents RCB Bold Diaries.
If I go back and go through the childhood days, it was pretty much mom, dad, me and Hardik, where we used to stay in a 2 BHK house in a housing board apartment, and Hardik and I, we used to share rooms, and one room was of mom and dad. So in 2006-07, I did all his business. He was, once he used to do, he was a car business he had. I used to be working with him in that, and then he used to play cricket. Then he went to Surat and we had a passport office business, and I used to do that also in that age. So I had an exposure about how world functions at a very early age. So my exposure started at 13, 14, 15. We started playing cricket from a very young age. But over a period of time, I played a lot of age groups, and I was not able to make it. And there comes a time in my life at 22 where I was nowhere. And that was a reality check for me, that at 22, I was not even in the Ranji Trophy. Getting into a first class team was far away, and in our country, if you have not made it till 23, 24, you are done. And then I realized that, okay, from here on, let me just give it everything for next 5 years. And it was tough, 2-3 years, I was nowhere, and suddenly we came here I got into a 𝗳𝗵𝗆𝗆 team for Baroda in 2014, and we were playing in Mumbai. And from there, we won that trophy. Life changed next year, next to next year, got picked for MI. So the funny thing is that at 25, when I made my MI debut, I had not played first class cricket by that time. And when I see that KP working hard and seeing things and making it, then whenever I'm in doubt, I just see myself the old times and remember that if that KP was able to reach here, then this KP has no doubt to go where he wants to go. More than the sport, life has taught us more to me, and I'll say Hardik as well. So it sounds very cliche, or we can say that what the same thing. But I just love winning trophies. My agenda, though, regardless of it is what you want to do as an individual and all of that is there. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport. We sometimes tend to forget, right? We were just wired differently, where our DNA didn't allow us to give up, and that actually came from our parents. Dad was our hero. When we look back. Hi beta, how are you? I'm talking about my Baba. How you talk about your Baba? You want to sit here? Okay. So now can Baba speak? Okay. He saw his kids playing for the country together. He saw his kids lifting IPL trophies together. He saw his kids doing whatever he must have dreamt of. What do you want to hear from your parents at the end of the day? Game is I'm the most happiest person on this planet. I said, why do you say this? I've seen everything. I've seen both my kids playing at the top level. I've seen people are coming and they're crazy about it. Once your core value belief system is done in a certain way, then I guess you will figure it out how to come up in life. And that is why I guess somewhere down the line, when we look back, it was all during young days how things were and how life was made us who we are. And I always believe at the end of the day, right, your professional growth and your human growth is two different things.
go. Can they deliver? They've brought it home in 10 minutes. Remember the name. Big Basket. 10 minute का नया नाम.
I've always focused on the human side, from no money to having a contract of 2 crore, getting picked by Mumbai Indians, and then lifting trophies all of together. And a normal person who has struggled his life, who had his time where he was actually sometimes used to go in auto trying to save like 10 rupees and just figuring out things, and that now that individual have money, right? Then what first thing he'll do? He'll give himself comfort, which is the most basic thing he'll give to himself, right? I'm a very homebody. I love my family. I mean, whenever I get time, apart from, because again the schedule is such where you are playing constant cricket, where you hardly get time. But whenever I get time, I just run back to home and I just want to spend time with the family, with my kids.
My name is Krunal Pandya. I'm Krunal's wife. I met Krunal in 2016. That time he had played, I think, just one game.
And then 2017 December we got married. The beauty of the relationship is that we have seen everything together. She's been there from day one. I mean, she's been a very integral part of the Pandya household. Though the limelight and the credit and the name, often we get it as brothers, but she's been technically a silent hero in our family, where she has made sure that when we come home, home feels home. Hardik and I, we have lived in the same house, but the journey of our cricket and our life has been very different, because I was the elder one in the family, right? I was more close, I was more connected and close to what was happening in the household as well, from the financial point of view, from the business point of view as well.
Just two siblings, they also have their days, because obviously it's the same field and you're in the same house and you have different opinions, you're growing differently, you're looking world differently. Obviously they grew together. The main thing always was to stay together, and that was non-negotiable. They had to stay together. And then when you have that one set mindset that kuch bhi hoga saath mein rehna hai, then regardless of what is happening, you come back. Like even if they've fought in the morning, by night they have patched up. Either of them will call me like, oh, 𝗂𝗏, okay, forgotten. Everything is forgotten.
Losing that was a big loss, It changed me as a person. It changed my thought process as a person, being the elder one in the family, It changed me a lot in a way, where now the way I look at life and I look at things is much different than how I used to look when he was there.
There were days where he was down and out, and there was nothing that could, console him.
After losing him, a boy converted into a man sort of thought process.
Without us realizing it, that step that he took, it was a silent movement, a transition from dad to KP, being the elder one and the responsible one. He will not show. We've had a tough 2 years, and KP has just stood by everybody without, showing how much he needed everybody. Everybody was taking so much out of him, because everyone was demanding his attention, his support, like mom and me and Hardik, but nobody actually realized that even he needed that. And then we all, I think, probably realized it sooner rather than later, that even he needs that strength from us, and then we worked on it.
I don't like to sit and cry on things. I like to move on, and I still like to see brighter side of it. And again, I believe in one thing is that you keep working hard. God will never disappoint you. It can take your exam, you say, it can test you for a long period of time, but eventually He'll give you what you deserve. So. No, it's been amazing. I mean, though we are into early stage of our season where we've played 3, 1, 2, lost 1. But yeah, I mean, fans are very passionate when it comes to RCB, and you always love, right, when fans turn up and when you see some people in the airport or hotel staff, or when you go to the stadium and they're backing you that sort of like with 100%. It just feels good, and it just feels that extra. I mean, you're always motivated, but when fans are so passionate, it just boosts your energy and you feel good about it when you step on.
Big Basket presents RCB Bold Diaries.